we have another soon to be blindsided husband, another man that has asked his wife to open up the marriage. I have no idea why these men keep trying it, why they don't just stay single, but this is where we are. So she asked the question, would I be the a hole if I divorced my husband just for asking to be polyamorous? So she's already just ready to walk away. You can see it. She says, this is really upsetting me on all accounts, and I'm getting mixed opinions from the few real life people I've talked to about it. So I could use some advice of total strangers. I, 26-year-old woman, and my husband, 27-year-old man, have been married for just over a year, together for 4. We spent a long time before getting married talking about what we wanted out of being married, so I thought we were on the same page about all the important things. I do love him very much. He is sweet, helpful, and generally my dream partner until last week. Out of the blue, he sat down one night and said he wanted to talk about something. I thought it was just something minor he was frustrated about or a bad day at work or something. Instead, he talked about how he found out that his best guy friend and his wife are polyamorous. He said his friend had been he and his friend have been talking about it more, and he thinks he might like to try it and wondered what I thought. I felt instantly sick to my stomach. We've always had a great sex life, and he's never given me any reason to think he was interested in anyone else. I told him I'm not interested in being in a polyamorous relationship. I want to be monogamous with him for the rest of my life. If it had stopped there, I don't think it would have gotten so bad. But then he asked if I would read about it and then decide. I said no, I already know how I feel about it. He asked if I would at least think about it, and for some reason, that just did something to me, like instant revulsion kind of upset. I got up and told him I was too upset to keep talking and that I needed some space, so I would sleep in the guest room that night and we could talk later. Ever since that night, I have had the biggest ick anytime I see him. He keeps trying to backtrack, but I know he meant what he said about wanting to be polyamorous. It's not so much that he brought it up, it's the two other asks after I already said I would never be comfortable with it. It's like that didn't matter to him. He thought he could convince me, and it makes me feel awful. What else is he going to pressure me about if I say no? And if he already wants to sleep with someone else, how can I ever trust him not to do it behind my back? I'm still sleeping in the guest room, and I'm thinking of asking for a divorce now when it would be simpler to divide everything up and just go our separate ways instead of waiting until years down the line when I get my heart broken. He could go do whatever he wants, and I could find someone who just wants a good, solid, monogamous relationship with me. The idea is taking me out, but I feel like it's going to hurt now no matter what I do. While I still do love him, I don't think I could ever unhear and unsee my husband asking me for an open relationship. And the idea of him touching me makes me feel ill. He's upset and frustrated that I'm punishing him for asking a question, but I honestly don't know what he expected to happen. There's a part of me that thinks maybe divorcing him is being over dramatic, but also the ick is so strong that I don't have much hope of getting back to where we were. Am I the a hole? These dudes, he's saying that she's punishing him, but I mean, let's think about it if it were the flip side. I'm sure that people know who their spouses are. Like, I can't even imagine asking a dude, most dudes, if they want to be polyamorous and that they know that you, the lady, are going to be out there screwing someone else. These people need to get real. Stop asking these questions and stop getting married if you want to be out there being all loose and lascivious and being a Jezebel. They need to stop this mess. She did an edit. She says, gosh, this got a lot of replies. I'm reading through them as best I can. I'm going to take the advice to get an STI test, and my gyno is going to work me in today for that. I don't think he would physically cheat, but better safe than sorry. I do think there's probably someone he's interested in, possibly his friend's wife, or maybe even his friend. He's never expressed being bisexual, but that doesn't mean he isn't. I don't know them very well, so I can't speculate on their role in all this. I'm going to be charitable and assume there are no machinations from their end, and he just picked this up from his friend and ran with it. I want to be clear that I am not ignoring him. We can talk about whatever else is going on, but I'm not ready to continue this conversation with him, and he knows that. I want to be calm for that, and his behavior is not really conducive to a sense of calm right now. Every time he brings it up, it makes me a little more disgusted with him. But he seems intent on digging the hole instead of letting things settle. That and not taking the first no for an answer is a bigger issue than the poly ask for me. I think I'm going to meet with the lawyer just to go over options. At this point, I don't have a lot of faith in counseling changing how I feel about him now, but I would be willing to try a few sessions to say we gave it a shot. I'll throw that out there tonight to see what he says. And based on what she said in this edit, I know people are like, just go to counseling, but other people are you could hear they were telling her to go get checked and just to be safe and sorry. I get that. But the thing is, he keeps asking, and it sounded like she was getting madder as she was typing this up. Like she is just that disgusted that even the thought of it to read, I mean, I'm sorry, just so she had to rethink it and then enough to type it up, she is even more pissed towards the end of this Reddit post. This relationship is over. Many times, as soon as the ask happens, the relationship is basically over. She might as well divorce this man, and it's going to hurt regardless. You break up, it's going to hurt, but she might as well break up now before there are any kids involved, before there is major enmeshment as far as finances. Just get it over now. That way he can go out and put his winky and whatever wonky. I don't even know why I said that, but y'all know what I'm saying. Let's look at a few of these comments. Dead Be Walking says, not the a-hole. I don't think it's over dramatic to get out of a contract you sign with another person when they are trying to change the terms a year into it. Not saying 70 says, that's a powerful way to say it. And it takes the emotional side out of the picture enough to realize it makes sense. That and the fact that if your husband gives you the ick, it's obviously over, plain as day. And then Mater says, plus he's frustrated because he thinks OP is punishing him while he's trying to process the bomb. While she's trying to process the bomb that was dropped on her. He's too selfish to see her perspective. I hope OP leaves his butt. OK Panic says, people who suddenly decide that they want this lifestyle, once they do it, it's not uncommon for people to split after anyway. He already made his decision anyway just by telling her. One of three things usually happens. 1. He obeys her wishes, but then resentment starts to build because he can't do what he wants. 2. He cheats on her. 3. OP reluctantly agrees, all the while gets sick to her stomach knowing some other woman is getting nailed by her husband. I don't usually advocate for divorce, but in this scenario, staying will be so much worse. Man or woman, I really hate it when friends put wild ideas in our partner's head that have the potential to tear a relationship apart. I don't usually advocate for divorce. Why? There are situations where divorce is necessary, and just sticking or just wanting people to stay in sucky situations, even if it's not necessarily an open relationship request. Why do people want people to be unhappy or miserable? I don't get that. Music with Rock says, usually what happens is she decides to give it a go, has a lot more success than he does because men are much more interested in a just sex, you are the side piece relationship. Then he gets all upset that she's having outside sex too, and he wants to close things up again. Then they divorce. Better to just get on with the divorce at this point. And then Natterling says, that's the usual story. Yes. And then at the bottom, this person says, it always ends like that because what those who want to open a relationship really want is they are out there having all the sex and ego stroking they can get while their partner is so utterly in love with them that they won't dare to step out of the marriage and provide a safe home to go back to. That is exactly what he wants. He wants a soft landing spot after going out there and getting all the peaches, and he thinks that she won't do the same, but obviously she does not want to do the same. She just wants her husband, and he has basically ruined that for both of them. Anyways, I don't know why these men keep doing this. I don't know why they keep requesting this. It's better for them to be polyamorous in the very beginning or just stay single. But they're asking for a relationship. They want to be married because they get benefits out of being married. They think that their spouse will just agree to it. But this woman is not having it. And this man will be blindsided soon because she is talking about meeting with a divorce lawyer. So we'll see if there's any update. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share.